Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 50-degree Wednesday, May the 6th. It is 55 degrees now. The looks like the clouds from Vancouver followed us up here. That was weird. And we got about Woodland. It just boom, just clear skies, and it was beautiful the rest of the night. But I think it was I think we had kind of a foggy thing here yesterday as well, yesterday morning. But anyway, it's hump day. Let's go into the Southland and get a day's work done. Yo, come on along. 57 degrees here in Vanchulo land. And it's hump day, Mama.
It is.
It's about to slide down the other side now.
Yeah.
I reckon we should go on in there.
I think we should.
Earn our keep.
Yes.
All right. Let's get her done.
You have a good day.
You do the same there, Mama. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye now.
Bye.
2015 R1200GSA. This is Larry's. Remember, I was talking about a Spyder. I think I was talking about the CarPlay thing last week, and he come walking up. This is his. He's getting a brake flush. It's been, I think, almost 3 years since he had it flushed, and he was both front and rear were right at 3%, which is, the recommended. It says change of fluid is recommended. The other one is critical. 4% is. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty good. But when I did it last time, I used the BRP XPS brake fluid. They're .4. And I just, the best luck with that fluid, bar none. But what I was gonna bring up is, this is why the BMW guys, I was turning them onto it, and they didn't like it. See, there's no brake fluid in there. Oh, that's just blowing out the light. How about we turn this off? Wow, that's still not wanting to. But look, now you can kind of tell there's something in it. That's crazy. It's absolutely clear. Why is that not wanting to focus on that? That's really strange. But yeah, it's so clear you can't tell it's in there. And they didn't like that. And the BMW stuff we thought it was bad when we first got it, but they purposely add that brown color to it so that you can see the fluid more easily. Which I guess there's some pros and cons to that. I'd rather have something really good. I mean, the brake fluid, BRP or BMW's brake fluid always tested good, but man, it just, when those intervals came, they were almost critical. And this is 3 years. He went too far. And but he came out ahead, 3%. That's not bad. Speaking of brake fluid, he told me a story there on a ride, and some guy had picked up a really old BMW GS. He wasn't sure of the year of it. He goes, it was an old one. And they were on a ride, and they're coming off some mountain pass somewhere around here, and all of a sudden just smoke cloud. And here he is, he's just pitching back and forth, fighting it for all it's got. He got it off the road, didn't crash. But the brake fluid was literally jet black, and it had locked up the caliper. The brakes had locked up. There's a return hole, just like your master cylinder, on the front, which you can easily see. But these have a return hole too. Those things will get plugged, and as heat builds up, the fluid expands. Well, if it can't expand to go back into your reservoir, it starts squeezing the brakes. And that's what it did. And he ended up getting the bike got towed out of there. Nobody got hurt. It was very scary and very close, I guess. But yeah, the brake fluid was just absolutely. He says you could literally hear it gurgling inside there. Crazy. Usually, what happens, you get the air bubbles in there and it seizes up, but another thing happened first before it boiled. Well, once it started locking the wheel up, it boiled the brake fluid in, but everything was just so nasty. It just locked the wheel up. Once everything cooled off, it would roll again, but he didn't trust riding it. And the stories with brake fluid. And then what's funny is I even get comments on my schedule because I never worried about brake fluid. You just been lucky. You have just really been lucky. It is a thing. With cars, everything's the same way. You need to take care of that stuff. That's how you stop that chunk of iron that you're either sitting in or sitting on. And do you really want that? I mean, even if you're just, adamant and think you're above all, just think of the other people you could hurt. I mean, that could be Christy and Raylynn in the little Honda Civic in front of you that you just absolutely smashed and, did the worst thing ever. So it's more than just worrying about yourself. But, yeah, I'm just preaching to the choir, I guess. But anyway, let's get this thing finished up. It's been a hot minute since I've ridden a GSA. So got his brakes flushed. He's got the seat set high. Wonder where he's got his suspension set soft. Just the seat is in high position. And which I had already told you, is both of them were at 3%, which is at the recommended interval, but it wasn't horrible. Oh, he's got those tires that feel weird. But yeah. And he had me test. Uh-oh. Don't want to mess this mirror up too much. His coolant is almost perfect. And none of us know when it's been changed last. He doesn't know. I don't know. I don't know if we've done it. I heard it must be my coat. It's scary when you hear a flop, flop, flop on your helmet. That's usually a sign that your helmet's not strapped down. But yeah, the tester don't lie. His front tire was a half a pound over. His rear tire was a pound and a half low. Oh, he's got this thing tall. That boy's got some long legs. But I just can't find any fault with it. Almost 74,000 miles and she's still just trucking. Good old GSAs. That's what I really miss about the BMWs is the GSAs, all the Boxer series, all that stuff in between. You can go ahead and keep it. But I'm not a fan of the 1300s, the GS or GSA. Just like, nope, I'd have to find one of these used somewhere, 1200 or 1250. I need to make somewhat of an abbreviated ride here because I need to take that Ryker for a ride, and I figured you guys would think that'd be pretty fun. What's the deal with this Acura dude? He like almost stopped in the middle of that turn, half in the road, half on this road, like staring at me. He's gonna pull right into the no parking fire zone right there. That boy's having a good day. Such a ever so familiar sound. Oh, them tires feel weird. Well, I'm just gonna loop around a little bit and I'll buzz down the road here a little bit, do my little thing. I don't want to use up my time, too much of the time on, and not take you along on the Ryker ride. That's usually that should be fun. Jesus Christ, it's like road construction guy too. That corner station right there, that mobile, $5.99. And you know, remember the old days when if you use a credit card, they charge you 10 cents a gallon? They're all now charging you 20 cents a gallon to use your credit card. That's just robbery. And the one thing, they know people, I mean, people just don't carry cash anymore, you know. I don't. I haven't for, I don't even know how many years. I'll end up with some cash and end up, you know, not using it like as, well, I use it as money, but like, you know, I give it to, last time I had cash, well, the time before that, I gave the $100 to David on one of the trips. And then we were going to, what's that restaurant that's there in the Black Hills? It's famous, everybody goes to it. Not Boar's Nest, but I forget. Anyway, so I took out 20 at a gas station to buy some burglars there. And everything, by the way, is, unless it's during Sturgis, is a super reasonable price. And anyway, so I go up to go pay for it. This old boy got both of us distracted talking, and I took $20 cash out because I had no cash. And anyway, we got to the restaurant, and I go, here, I got this one. It was like $18 or something like that, and didn't have the $20 in my pocket. Turned out the guy, that car looked like it was going to turn in on me there, that Acura. The guy never gave me the $20 bill. I gave him a spiff that day. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that thing. It doesn't matter. My mind's already on that Ryker. I need to go test ride that thing. So I'll talk to you guys here in a second. The bus is going to wait for me. Even though I think it's probably been an hour or so. I got back and Larry came downstairs where I was at, and look, there's that truck again. Remember, it was over at that park where that little roundabout thing is, and I've seen him in where I go in there around where the school is. I've seen him back there, and Kel and I have seen him in different places, you know, going home and whatnot. But anyway, at the end of the conversation there, talking about cash, paying for gas and not paying that 20 cents a gallon, you know, they got you with that. Because you got to go in, when you go in there to pay cash for those things, which I never do, but I'll go in there to get water or whatever, and just, you got a line of people there, and, you know, $10 on pump, whatever, and I'm like, damn, you almost feel like, you know, if you had some extra money, you just hand it to them. Go, dude, $10 will get you around the block. $10 is how much gas I use on a test ride on a motorcycle. Oh, my pivot's loose here. Where's the bolt? Way out there you are. Oh, almost pointed the camera down. It's got one of those goofy thumb or palm deals on there. Whew, that things are dangerous. But yeah, I am gonna go in there and pay cash. So, like the Texaco and the places I go for gas, I go to the places that don't charge. Sadly, Shell and Chevron all charge. I mean, really, the gas prices are what they are, and you're gonna rope us for another 20 cents a gallon? Think about these Rykers. They're just, I think it actually has a rain mode or something, but You almost need to leave it in something like that, because these things, the kid in you comes out real quick. See, just a bump of the throttle and she's like, hello, let's go for a rip. I'll take it, this road's kind of bumpy, so this is the one yesterday where I reset the yaw rate sensor and the steering angle sensor. There's a little thing on the steering shaft that you lock down, and that's straight. And yeah, she was, I just can't figure out how it got off that far. I mean, was somebody messing with this thing? Yeah, buddy. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch the throttle. Yeah, it's got almost 2,000 miles. How would all of a sudden, or maybe this person bought this thing used, and who knows? Oh, haven't seen one of them in a while. You know that Ryker 900 that I had for a demo for a whole season? That thing, I'm gonna find a, well, if I put the shield where I need it, the wind doesn't come in. There's like this plastic piece that literally obstructs your vision. I just never seen a helmet like that. But it was super cheap, and it's something I can just leave at work, because helmets, tie downs, gloves, cans of brake cleaner, anything that other people use, things just kind of grow legs. Nobody knows nothing. What? Like what? Hopefully that was far enough in a wide view. You didn't see that dude standing there in his tidy whities. Yeah, look, and kids out here. What? Oh, wow. They pruned all them trees down. Dude, don't you know that summer's just right around the corner? It's gonna get hot. You're gonna severely be missing them trees. With the way, as far as that the steering and the, I mean, how did it, whoa. Go ahead, sir. How did that yaw? They need to put like a crosswalk sign or something there, because literally that's an entrance and exit for a park. But I mean, someone would have to have buds and like be holding the yaw rate sensor in your hand and go, let's just hit the reset button. These things are so much fun. Whoa, easy on the tires there, son. I don't think I've ever run into Rick when I was on a Ryker. Now the weather's been nice here lately. It is kind of cool today. I think it's like yesterday, it's like low 60s. I think it was 63 the last time I looked. I seen that boy walking along with something in his hand there. I thought, dadgummit, that the boy right there? Thank you, sir. That boy's gonna be going, Can-Am, huh? He'll be walking through our doors here tomorrow. Maybe even here in the next couple hours. After he eats whatever he's got in his hand there. Wow, these things are fun. These things are insanely fun. Oh man, can you just go buck wily silly on these things?
$299 cash price. They don't dare advertise the price when you use a credit card. People will be going, what? $6.20 a gallon? Pass. It would have to be emergency for me to stop there. I think it's pretty safe to say, as far off as these sensors were, which just leaves the hugest question mark in my head. They don't just do that by themselves. That just makes no sense. And, you know, it's the yaw rate sensor is sitting where it's supposed to be. Doesn't look like anybody's even been down there. And the steering angle sensor, all that's, again, it doesn't look like nothing's been touched. I was just talking to you, See the Sky. If you don't watch those them blinky-eyed looks you're giving out, you're gonna have one of these, and all your freedom is over for a while, for about 18 years. Glaring at those Spyders and Rykers I drive, or RTs and F3s I come driving by with. Yep, don't get yourself in trouble. Next thing you know, you're taking care of youngins. And let me tell you, this little rally, this is the wild one of the bunch. You'll have some sleepless nights wondering where that rally's out roaming around. Y'all thinking of, well, those nights things. I got so many of them little deals that make all kinds of cool stuff. Sportsman's, is that right? Sportsman's, yeah, has all kinds of stuff from them. You just gotta walk by with a blinder on, you know, I don't see nothing. Cause you go, oh, look at that, that's new. I just heard oh, hello there, buddy. That's that, I just heard a dog. One of the things I did, I'm not a small guy. I can't ride that thing more than position 1. Because these things, I mean, you'd have to really be aggressive to need it at more than 1. Now 2 is exactly where I keep the rear on the ones, but that thing, that would be I've ridden them with either on 2 or even worse 3, and it goes all the way to 4. So if I go backwards here, you can see it goes all the way to 4. Dude, you'd be on a motocross track doing stunt jumps or something with this thing to need it on 4. That's a good looking son of a gun. And that's classic. That's classic old Can-Am racing colors there. Man, if you haven't ridden one of these things, you have no idea what you're missing. You know, I was telling you how the Canyon has a switch in the left arm. The switch is in the right arm. The switch is in the left arm on the right. Oh, somebody took the stickers off. There's some stickers that remind you of that. But you should see the little 2-figure little thing right there, right above the RPM. Let me get down. So watch, it goes away. Now if you leave that thing down and you're out soloing and being silly and wild and all that kind of good jazz, the nanny is way worse on these things. And that's believe it or not, if you guys remember me telling you this, snowmobiles have a built-in thing that if you idle too long, it's an overheat warning. Well, the ECM, the logic board or whatever they use for the snowmobiles, they use in the Rykers. So it's kind of funny. So in the snowmobiles, if you let it idle for a while, it is an overheat warning because you need to be going and snow needs to hit the, you know, the heat transfer things underneath the tunnel and whatnot. Well, for whatever reason, they can't or don't write that out on the Rykers. So it's an emissions warning, kind of like, you know, your car shuts off at lights and stuff. So it's worded differently. It's just they couldn't write the snowmobile thing out of it. I find it comical. And every time it does that, it throws a code for it. It says emission something other was activated. And you're like, what in the H is that? Look, there's that Ford again right there. That guy's eyeballing me. He's probably going, that's that same guy that keeps coming by me. Well, it's not on purpose. You keep moving, which I guess is the name of the game, to keep from, you know, getting whatever trouble you get into. But this thing, you're not gonna have any problems with it. This is a new locking gas cap. They got these things, all the little things people cried about. They done fixed them. The clutching is so much nicer, and geez, I wonder what all's been done to the 26s. There was one thing they kept pointing out on the 26 and on the update thing. I don't remember what it was, but cruise control on them. Oh man, that was another thing they cried about. But anyway, I think he's going to open the gate for me. I don't have to push the button. I appreciate you riding along for the second test ride today. I hope it didn't go way over on my video. Find a little home for this thing inside here. Actually, I'll just back it where it was. Whoa. Somebody's looking for something down here. Unless it's a Spyder, it ain't over here. But again, appreciate you coming along for the rip. Well, hello there, YouTube. Getting home at almost 8 o'clock tonight. We hit Costco. We're changing things up. We're not, I don't know if I talked about it in the vlogs today, but our luggage is all gonna be carry-on because the rental car is small and we're gonna be doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're not, no luggage big enough to check in. So Costco, they didn't have crap. So Walmart's, we found a couple of bags that are, you know, carry-on safe. So just backpack and carry on, and that'll get her done. Got some other stuff and realized as we're coming home,
we forgot this and this and this.
I take Zyrtec for my allergies. Well, now it's locked up. Apparently, you know, the people doing bad things can do something with it. So we had to go to the checkout thing.
I know.
And then she ends up putting it behind the counter thing, which
so
we could have
continued
kept
shopping,
going,
but we lost our nugget.
Yeah.
So now we still have to go to the store sometime this weekend.
Yep. Or something, because we got Thursday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So we got Thursday and Friday. We can still. Yeah. Walmart's from Woodlands. Just zip off the freeway, you're in and back out again. Yeah. Traffic's never bad
That's
there.
The easiest one to get in and out.
Oh yeah, real easy. But anyway, I think we're gonna roll into that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up. You guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. Alright. See you in the morning.
See you then.
Appreciate you watching.
Yes.
Bye-bye now.